Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jill. If you're new here, I'm just a simple mom of 3 sharing real life at home. My channel is a little bit of everything: busy mom days, cleaning motivation, cooking, homemaking, homeschooling, gardening, and whatever else we have going on in our daily life. So today I'm tackling my kitchen because it's completely out of control. I've been really overwhelmed lately. As usual around here, life has been very full and very busy. So we're going to spend some time getting this kitchen reset and back in order. As you probably already know, if you've been here for a while, this is nothing new around here. Real life gets messy. And that is definitely where we're at right now. Between my normal work schedule, homeschooling kids in sports, trying to keep up with the house, and everyday mom things. I've also been helping my mom a lot lately. She's recently broke her leg, so I've been taking her to appointments, helping her with different things she needs, and just taking some extra responsibilities these past couple of days. We also had some family over this weekend for a cookout, so my kitchen is definitely showing the aftermath of all of that. I've been completely worn out and just keep putting in this off for a couple of days because I didn't know where to start, and I've just been tired, to be honest. But it's finally time to stop avoiding it and get everything cleaned up. So if you need a little cleaning motivation today, or maybe you're behind on your house too, I hope this gives you some encouragement because you're definitely not alone. So let's get started. I'm starting out with the dishes first, and then I'll move on to wiping down all the counters and cleaning up the stove. This is definitely not going to be some kind of deep clean. This is just real life, getting things picked up and somewhat back in order after life has been really, really busy. And honestly, by the time I'm finished, I still had some dishes left in the sink because I just could not get everything completely done today. And that's okay. I've learned sometimes it's better to just make progress instead of waiting until you have the time or energy to make everything perfect. It may not be 100% cleaned up, but it's so much better than where I started. And at this point, I'll definitely take that.
When my days end, I might just fall in love. I know the DJ and I love this song. Me and you and the night feel so young. Every single moment has led up to this one. Whoa, did the stars align? Whoa, maybe it's a sign. We should do tonight again, even in another lifetime.
So I do leave one pan sitting out on my stove pretty much all the time. I use that pan almost every single day. So instead of fully washing it every single use, I usually just wipe it out really well and reuse it. And then about once a week or so, I'll actually fully wash it. I'll put it through the dishwasher. I know everybody does things differently, but that system really works well for me right now, and it makes cooking a little easier during busy weeks. I also made a peach cobbler over the weekend, and I'm just leaving that sitting out on the stove for now because everybody's still been eating on it. Desserts usually disappear pretty fast, so I'm just leaving it where everybody can grab some for now. I'm moving over here to the little corner where I keep a lot of the baby stuff. I keep her snacks and baby food and just her little items over here together. I probably should move everything into the pantry, but it just works better for me right now because it keeps all of her things in one place and it's easy to grab quickly. She does eat table food with us, but for all her little snacks and baby items, this corner has just become our catch-all spot. It's definitely a little cluttered over here. Sometimes you just have to do what works best in this season of life right now. So I'm just trying to straighten everything up and get it a little more organized.
And let's do tonight again. Those wicked problems are evaporating. Baby, I'm just guessing, but I've got a feeling. Whoa, we could dance all night. Whoa, not the end of time. We could do tonight tonight again. Even in another lifetime, find me then, and let's do tonight again. Even in another lifetime, find me then, and let's do it tonight. Tonight again. Even in another lifetime, find me then, and let's do tonight again. One more dance and I might just fall in love. I know the DJ and I love this song.
I got all the baby bottles washed up and I'm cleaning off the cutting board really quick. And then I do hand wash all of our knives because I feel like they just hold up better that way. But anyways, the rest of the dishes are just going to have to wait until later. I'm going to wipe down around the counter here. I'm going to go ahead and take all of the scraps and get them out of the kitchen to the chickens really quick. And then I'm finally going to deal with my air fryer situation. If you've been around here for a little bit, you've probably heard me talk about this air fryer before because I use it constantly. Honestly, I use it almost every single day, but this has definitely reached the end of its life. It started leaking grease out of the bottom, and I'm tired of constantly cleaning up grease spots everywhere, so it's finally time for this one to go. I actually already bought another one, but I'm still not completely sold on it yet. I pulled it out, looked at it, set it up, and just wasn't really sure if I liked it. So I ended up putting it back in the box to return it. But I still haven't decided what I want to do, so I may end up giving it another try, or I may return it completely. I just don't know yet. Anyway, so I'm trying to get all the grease spots up, and I started out using a degreaser. It's supposed to work really well, but really it didn't impress me nearly as much as I hoped it would. It really wasn't cutting through the grease like I expected, so I ended up going back in with some Dawn dish soap that actually worked way better and helped get everything all cleaned up.
I've been holding on so tight, 'cause all that I do was easy to use. So call my time, but you weren't really mine, just something to do. Thought I never knew. No surprise, but nevertheless, I'm still stuck in self-defense. No surprise, but nevertheless, I get lost when
face of the dishwasher and the stove, these fingerprints are brutal. They just don't want to come off. So I kept on wiping and wiping, and it just like they were never ending. And then I didn't realize how bad the front of the stove was. And apparently grease had dropped down and gotten all on the top of the little bottom drawer there. So anyways, I was so glad to finally get that clean because I didn't even realize how bad it really was. And then I'm actually going to clean out my oven today. It wasn't even on my agenda, but when I went to turn it on to cook something had obviously spilled grease or something down in the bottom, and I didn't know it. And it was starting to heat up and it was smoking so incredibly bad. I seriously thought the smoke detectors were about to start going off, but thankfully they didn't. So I decided it was definitely time to go ahead and get this cleaned out the best I could. Again, it's not some perfect deep clean by any means. I'm really just trying to get the worst of it cleaned up to make it functional and not smoke so bad again. So it's not perfect, but it already looks and smells so much better than it did before.
Driving down the highway, doing 95 alone. Trying to reach you, call you, but you won't come to the phone. Remember me, said you'd be my heart's home. Guess you were riding your turn to go. Oh, I really should've known. We were dynamite till we hit a red light. Then I see the signs. Oh, after all that time, this is it.
This is going to bring us to the end of today's video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me while I worked on getting this kitchen somewhat back in order after a really busy and overwhelming week. Real life definitely is not always perfectly clean around here, but I always feel so much better once I finally stop putting it off and just start tackling it little by little. I hope this video gave you some cleaning motivation or encouragement if you're feeling a little behind at home too. Sometimes we're all just doing the best we can in whatever season we're in. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope to see you again in the next one.
You don't wanna try, 'cause your love was real, but it's down for us. Now you can't decide.